Welcome to the Neurohackingly podcast, where we explore strategies and practical self-help tools to live a mindful, productive, and more fulfilling life.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of the podcast. Today, I want to share with you the 3 books that had the most impact on my life. Over the years, I have read and listened to hundreds of self-help books, and these are the books that have had the most influence on my life. The first book that has changed my life about how I value and spend my time is called Make Time by Knapp and Zeratsky. I have already talked about this book in one of my previous episodes called Making More Time is Easy. There I discussed my favorite strategies out of the 87 strategies to make more time in the day, which are mentioned in the book. The 2 authors find a middle ground in panicking about life's small level details or worrying about long-term goals. They focus on identifying one central task as the focus of each day and arranging your energy and time to support this one activity. The book is broken down into 87 tips within 4 key steps. The first one is to select one activity to be the main focus of the day. The second one is to focus all your attention on this specific task. The third one is then to fuel your body, support the mind. And the fourth one to reflect what worked best for you to focus. The author's ideas fit into the following 3 categories. So to focus your attention, to project the focus and caring for yourself to increase your mental energy. So overall, the primary goal in this book is to give you tips how to improve your mental and physical well-being. I totally love this book and kind of use it like my Bible, where I sometimes take a glance into it before going to sleep. It has helped me to realize that without good health and energy, I cannot do any good work, and that I have to create barriers now for my future self, that it will not get distracted when, for example, studying or trying to focus. The second book that has totally transformed how I view the subject of studying and learning new things is called Make It Stick. I already thought that, I always thought that note-taking, highlighting and drilling the same skill over and over was the best way to learn and retrieve new information until I read this book. The most effective learning strategies are often not intuitive. The book really teaches you, with many research studies done on students, how to learn and how your brain comprehends and retains information. So, did you ask yourself already, how can you absorb and master new information? Well, the 2 main goals of learning a new skill or concept are comprehension and retention. With comprehension, you want to develop a deeper understanding of the underlying principle and understand how it applies to different situations. Second, you want to remember the information you have learned when you face a problem or situation and then build upon it with more advanced knowledge. This is called retention. This is a book which has so much information on every single page. I would recommend also listening to it on Audible, and for any student, this is for sure a game changer. I promise that. I often come back to it when needing to learn big chunks of new information just to get a reminder of the two most important studying techniques called active recall and spaced repetition. The first active recall is asking yourself questions where you have to actively think about the content you're learning and retrieving. And the second one, spaced repetition, is reviewing the knowledge you gained over and over again over time to disrupt the forgetting curve. Men Search for Meaning. This is a book that has brought me to tears. There is no other book that has created more goosebump moments. I listened to it on Audible and finished it in one go. This book is called Men Search for Meaning from Viktor Frankl. The main question the book discusses is, what is the meaning in life? The author wrote this book in World War II, telling his experience in different concentration camps. He realized the mindset of the average concentration camp prisoner, how he handled the tortures of the concentration camp, and how he either endures or overcomes it. I still see the scene in my head where he described his friend who just did not have any willpower to live anymore. In the morning, he just laid there and was non-responsive. He urinated and shit all over himself, and everyone knew that within the next few hours, he will not be with them anymore. His goal with this book was to prove that humans can find a meaning under any condition. The book is split up into two main parts. The first part focuses on the psychological phases of the concentration camp prisoner and the corresponding psychological symptoms that came with it. The second part focuses on how to find meaning, some philosophical challenges in seeking meaning, and concrete tips to combat anxiety. For anyone who likes psychological and philosophical books combined with great storytelling, this is a must read. This book taught me that every single one of us has a choice. Even when we are in the most horrible situations, we have the freedom to choose how to react, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. And that's it, the books that have had the most influence on my life. If you want to learn more about the first book, Make Time, there is an episode called Making More Time is Easy, where I share with you the top strategies out of the 87 mentioned in the book that have helped me the most. Thank you so much for listening, and you will hear more of me next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Neurohackingly podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast as to not miss any episodes in the future. If you want to receive a weekly newsletter where we share practical strategies and tools on how to maximize your time, energy, and attention, accelerate learning, and build peak performance, be sure to visit the website at neurohackingly.com/newsletter. You can find the link down in the description.